Hello. I haven't put makeup basically because I had a boyfriend. He told me not to wear makeup because he believed I was his hazer. And I don't know. I lose views. I lose a lot of views, and I keep all my views where the videos where I put makeup. Basically, James Dean videos have lots of views. They were unorganized, and I haven't checked the statistics. Maybe you can because you have the password, and password means everything. Apple asked me to change the password again, but I didn't because I couldn't because I didn't receive the mail once. I didn't write what I was supposed to write. I couldn't play these card games for Apple because the keyboard is connected. And I don't know, it has to do with being in a mirror, being a secret agent, or being simply something who is called courtesy of living. The light today is, I will describe it, it's cloudy, so the light is mm, with low, very low difference between the shadows. So this is why I don't have many shadows. I have two blinds. One is black and opaque, and the other one is transparent. And the moving of the both create this illusion of light. Now has the light have changed and now it's different. So I will have to move the blinds a little bit. I will show you how I do it, but you couldn't see it. And it will change the light. Natural light can be adjusted by changing the position. Artificial light cannot be accepted with the change of everything because natural light has um, is quite distant. The sun is distant, so the difference between positions doesn't affect that much. And with natural light, you can control better. With artificial light, the thing is close. The thing is, and the amount of the distance to the focus, it produces more difference between the movement. And this is a load. I think it's the double or the elevated to the double or something, elevated to the devil, and and it will change a lot dramatically. So I don't know. I'm going to apply the makeup, and I'm going to show you how I do it. I'm gonna move the camera to prove you how I do it. I'll move the wonderful keyboard. now I will start with and here I have my look. Without light, it looks different. I have to put some light because makeup needs light, and this is quite strong. Place it here, some light here, and oh my god, it's so vivid. Okay, so I'm ginseng. The difference is that ginseng use 100 watts, and these lights are probably higher. And at the time, the lights were not so powerful, and for making this ginseng look, maybe it's John Lennon look. I have to decide to make John Lennon. I don't look like John Lennon, and basically I don't know what to say about John Lennon. I can be his manager. I wanted to be God. Maybe I can be James Dean, and he can go to meet James Dean in in the world of James Dean. But I will have to kill James Dean. I don't want to. Today is his birthday. He died today, and I was born the 17th of October. But he was born when he died in this car. The car doesn't have the sun control. It was a sunny day. He was driving with some pills that I had in my psychiatric hospital because I asked for it, and his pills make him seem like flickerings in the eyes. So he was driving and he had some pills, and he didn't see well, and he drive and he see like little dogs who shine, and he ran, and he used to was on racing because he make the movie Giant, and this movie talks about driving too fast, and he crashed the car or someone hit him. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know all the details of James in that. So I don't know. Maybe I should make the movie talking about John Lennon and James Dean. This light is I don't know. I have to switch it off. But these lights have something here, and it looks like it looks like one of these French lights were invented at the time. I don't know what's previous to John Lennon, or I don't know any history about light. Teachers never talk about history about light. They talk about how the invention of the object of light change with movies. This will be a communist way of thinking in movies. He always talk about time, and basically they talk about the stars, who is the important part in movies, but the things behind movies are important, like placing here a blue thing and making American light. And I don't know why the temperature in this light has changed. Maybe it's IKEA, maybe it's anything. And I have a different light. I have light from the night. Now it's going down, and I have more halogen light. I don't know. I have worked in a company for a very long time, and this company is called Spy. I'm British. I entered when I was 14, and maybe I entered when I was 14 at the time. I was in Canada, and I went to the embassy of Spain, and I see a woman who works in the embassy, and I told that I want to become a British agent, and they tell me you cannot become a British agent because you're very young. I told maybe I should become a Canadian agent, because in Canada you can work with 14, but you cannot become an agent with 14. I'm like, but I want to be rich, famous, and have 3 women and have 5 kids. And I didn't make any of these. And the woman came, a woman came, and she did me interview, and she asked me to run um, lots of miles, of course. Basically, I have to do one flexion, and I didn't know how to do it. And she teach me how, and I make it. And I was a teenager, because I was starting to be a teenager, and I was very young. I was 13, and I made 17. The 17th of October, I made 14. And she came then with my birthday a little bit later, and we had a discussion about cameras, how they can make a camera with a photocopier. And basically, the problem with first cameras is that they take long time to take a picture, and it was blurry. It's because they have the same techniques of a color camera. It moves around and take a picture, and no one knows that. But I was the inventor behind cameras, and one day they asked me, well, how you can do it, and I tell you simply have to make this whole surface uh, a camera, not a moving object. And I don't know if it's been bad done or anything, because I keep thinking about stuff. People tell me, why don't you talk about that? And I have a conversation, actual conversation, who doesn't worth a penny, with someone that maybe wants to know something about um, anything. And it's funny because now they're trying to look the temperature of light for James Dean, and they have to think how many amperes, how many volts they had at the time, and how Americans have 125, I think, or 100, I don't know. And the light has to be different, obviously. But you can have the same temperature with European light. I don't know. Movies in England, you can tell really the difference between American light and English light. In England, light is different from Spain, artificial light. and I don't know why. Maybe it's the amperes or anything. And in France, light is also different. I don't know why. Every country has its own light. Maybe it has to do with being kidnapped and or producer of light. But light things will be different because all the light is the same, right? I don't know. What I will say today, and I have script my next blog, and I'm gonna be James Dean. I'm gonna talk with John Lennon. But how I put the voice of John Lennon? I need someone who makes the voice of John Lennon, and there is very hard complaining because maybe I have to make both voices and someone with dub again. I don't know. I will have to do a dialogue, and I'm a monologue, even though I talk with people. So Dalton, it was my last video, the previous one, until I watched the conversation with your psycholog. That is the woman who brings me all the kids, who is called, what's the name? Rachel? Even though you call her differently, I call her Rachel all the time. And I think you started calling her your Rachel, and she got angry. I don't know. Maybe she's Rachel, or maybe she can add Rachel to his name. You will have to go to university to ask for the title of what? I don't know. But I don't know if it's Rachel. I'm James Dean, maybe, because I have made James Dean, but James Dean is a different vibe. I pronounce it with Dean, not with Dean, how it's pronounced properly, because it was D-E-An, not Dean. I don't know how it's spelled. There is a bit discussion. And I don't know, I have invented the machine for saving, and it's 4 stars. And I don't know. Let's say bye, even though I don't want to, because I'm like in the moment. I can wear makeup, but it's too obscene for you. You can talk now. The this part is horrible to make. I never make it right. I don't know how to apply the makeup, and it always got in the thing. Because in beer you don't have to put makeup. Um, Maybe men have shaved with laser. I think maybe it's the answer, or maybe they don't have testicles.